Being someone that shoots interviews a lot is part of their job. A lot of the times I'm interviewing people who don't really have any experience in front of the camera. They might be nervous, they might even be young children that can't really articulate themselves very well. And a lot of this can really set you back and not give you the answers that you want when shooting the interview. There's a few things you can do when filming interviews that will really help you get better answers out of the people that you're interviewing and get yourself some better results that are really easy to do. It's really basic stuff, but it's stuff that I kind of wish that when I was first starting it I knew about this, and I think it can be really useful for some people out there to see how it works and put it into action and show you how to sell that in the edit. These techniques are really basic, but they can be the difference between a not so good answer and then something usable that the client might prefer. This technique that I used, and I used quite a lot when I was first starting out shooting interviews, really saved me when it came down to the editing process and really helped me get a better finished product. Having a zoom lens can really help when you're shooting an interview, as you can punch in between the questions to different focal lengths. This can help give the illusion that you have two cameras at different distances from the talent. Using these two focal lengths, you can cut between them in post-production to sort of mix two not so good answers and create it into something that's better and gives the message better and then leaves your client happier at the end of the video. So I want to show you kind of how to put this into action when setting up your interview and how to then sell it in the edit afterwards. In this sort of basic interview setup, I'm going to go from shooting at 50mm to 70mm. That way that they can vary up their answer a little bit and I can go back and forth between the two to pick the best. This way I get 2 or 3 different versions of the answer, and then when I'm in post I can go in and I can pick the start of the answer, the best bit, and then maybe the end of the answer from another one of the takes, and I can put them together, make it look seamless, and then therefore you get a better message at the end of it. If you are shooting on one camera and you're lucky enough that it shoots 4K, then you might be able to just punch in post to kind of give the same effect. In my experience, more often than not, clients pick up on this and they can see that you're just punching in and they don't really like that as it still looks like a hard cut. Also, a lot of the times I'm only shooting in 1080p, and then when you really try and punch in, it can really make your footage grainy and unusable, and the punched in shot just doesn't look as good as your original shot. So by actually punching in the focal length, it maintains the quality and just looks a lot more professional. So once you're happy with your clips, you're going to want to go ahead and open up your editing software, and you want to put the 2 clips in side by side. Once you've kind of decided the part in the take that you want to cut and then the part from the second take that you want to join together, you want to go in and kind of get exactly right to where you want to cut it, or roughly where you want to cut it to start with, and then bring them together and just kind of see how that looks. Find the part in the first clip where you want to go in and make a cut, make that cut. Find where you want the second clip to start and make a cut there as well. Then bring them both together and try and make small adjustments. Your aim here is to kind of keep trimming away till you get to the point where when you play it through it just looks natural, like there wasn't a cut. Once you've got that looking really nice, you might find that the audio kind of pops between the 2 takes, and this kind of doesn't help sell it at all. So I would go up to your effects and I would type in constant and find the constant power effect. Take that effect, drag it on top of the cut, and then sort of adjust that, make it nice and small, and play that back to see if that makes it sound any better. This usually does the trick. A lot of this stuff is trial and error. Certain clips it won't work and it just will look unnatural. If you aren't shooting with a zoom lens and you can't switch that focal length, another way around this can be doing the same process, bring them together, and then you'll obviously see that hard cut between the 2 takes. An effect that Premiere has, I'm sure other programs have it as well, it's called Morph Cut. You can find that in your effects tab. Drag this effect over your cut, let it analyze, and then see what it looks like. This effect morphs the 2 clips together to try and make it look like it's one seamless take. I find that this can be quite temperamental and it only works some of the time, but when it does work, it can really look seamless, but when it doesn't work, it really does look terrible. So, you know, you can try with this as a last resort. I wouldn't recommend it, but it can sometimes help you if you need it. A couple of things to keep in mind if you're going to use Morph Cut is that you have to have control of your lighting. If you're going to shoot with natural light, that might change as you're recording, therefore it might change the shadows in your background, etc. So when you use this morph cut, it might make some weird things happen in the backgrounds when the light changes. So if you do have complete control over your lighting setup, then you might be able to use this and get away with it. But as I said, it only really works in specific situations, but I have used it in the past, and most of the time people can't notice it if it's done right. So overall, if you use this technique, it can really help, and I did use it quite a lot once it was kind of shown to me, once I kind of sussed out the ins and outs of it. I remember spending hours during interviews trying to get the best answers out of people, taking take after take. I would suggest trying to get the best answers from the person on the day, but you know, sometimes that's just not possible. You might have time restrictions and the person just might not be comfortable in front of the camera and can't really give you what they want to give you. Hopefully this is something that, you know, you might find a bit useful. You might already know this kind of stuff, as it is really, really basic, but I know that it helped me out when I learned it, and I've been using it ever since in any interview I've shot. So using this technique might give you a better end result for your video.